Thing I wanted to talk about is melatonin. And melatonin is actually a hormone that's produced in our body. But at the same time, when people think of melatonin, they also usually will think of the supplement melatonin. So I kind of want to dive into what will actually happen when you take melatonin and is it really useful for sleep? So melatonin, as I just described, is a hormone that your body produces for sleep, usually around the time of bed, if you have normal sleep patterns. And a lot of times people will also take this as a supplement if they do have poor sleep. Usually 3 to 5 milligrams is kind of a starting point, and sometimes these will be in tabs, sometimes these will be in gummies. I know sometimes they have drinks. I've seen like little powdered drinks of these. I have taken melatonin before, and I've taken like chewable tabs. There's lots of different ones out there. When it comes to safety of these, they're actually fairly safe, especially if you're taking them in that 3 to 5 milligram basically dosage. The problem with melatonin is, and as we'll talk about in a second, is you may be able to get asleep quicker with it by taking exogenous melatonin, but your sleep quality will be incredibly poor. So you may fall asleep well, but the overall ability for your body to recover during that deep sleep and actually recover mentally too. We talked about sleep being a form of informal therapy. That doesn't happen as well if you're taking in melatonin, specifically that non-natural melatonin that your body doesn't produce. Your body produces it naturally, and that's great. That will help you fall asleep. But taking too much, it will knock you out. It'll act like a sedative, but just because you're sleeping doesn't mean you're actually having good, high quality sleep. Some people that this might actually be useful for, though, is if you're going overseas and you're dealing with jet lag, maybe not even overseas. You're somebody who's, let's say, going from East Coast to West Coast. That's a very big jump in time zone, and maybe you have to work the next day at like a meeting or something. Using something like melatonin can be a good way to kind of fix your sleep schedule really quickly. Again, this is not good for long-term behavior, long-term benefits, but it can be good for kind of those certain circumstances. In addition to this, people who are shift workers, so they are maybe working at night from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., they might be beneficial for using melatonin to help them get to sleep simply because they're already kind of in poor sleep patterns in general. And the detriments from taking melatonin far outweigh the potential detriments from actually not getting proper sleep. So this is kind of where you pick your poison. You know the sleep quality is not going to be the best, but at the same time, you're already working a job. Shift work just in general is not good for your overall sleep sanity, your physical health in general. So you're picking your poison with this one when it comes to that. And also non-consistent occurrences. There are some times where I just really have been stressed out and maybe I can't fall asleep well. Or let's say you're a parent. This would be a great example. You're a parent and you just haven't had a good night's sleep in 5 nights and you're exhausted, but you're still super stressed. This might be a decent time to take melatonin as a way to get you at least some sleep. Again, your quality won't be the best, but getting some sleep will be good. With that said, though, if there is a long-term issue with this is something where you definitely want to consult a doctor because your body will stop producing that melatonin naturally if you're giving it this exogenous melatonin, which can, of course, cause huge issues long-term on your overall health.